Felipe Fernández-Armesto, Our America, A Hispanic History of the United States. Embark on a journey through the rich Hispanic history of the United States with Felipe Fernández-Armesto's Our America, A Hispanic History of the United States. This insightful book explores the crucial contributions Hispanics have made to the nation, often overlooked in mainstream historical accounts, and the importance of acknowledging these roots as the country embraces a multicultural future. Delve into the early Spanish exploration and colonization of North America, spanning from Christopher Columbus's voyages to the expansion of Spanish strongholds in present-day territories. Discover the transforming impact of horses introduced by Spanish conquistadores on Native American lifestyles, the clashes between Mexicans and Anglo-Americans during territorial expansion, and the shifting U.S. immigration policies throughout history.
The importance of U.S. Hispanic history. History professor Felipe Fernández-Armesto emphasizes the historic roots and contributions of Hispanics in the U.S. According to him, their presence preceded that of any other intruders from across the Atlantic, including Anglo-Americans. To embrace a multicultural future, Anglo-Americans must recognize the significant role of Hispanics in shaping the nation's history. Spanish colonization in North America. Spanish presence in North America began with Columbus's voyages, characterized by indigenous loss and active slave trade. The history of Spanish colonization in North America begins with classic figure Christopher Columbus, who arrived in Puerto Rico in 1493 and took control of the island from its indigenous population. The Spanish explorers brought with them the aura of the divine horizon, which led the natives to view them with awe and willingly cede control. The author notes that the Spanish conquests were not without controversy and points out that the indigenous populations eventually rebelled and were decimated as the Spanish brought diseases such as smallpox. The book also discusses the African slave trade that populated Caribbean sugar plantations. The settlers brought unpaid laborers to work on these plantations, and by the early 1700s, Puerto Rico became the center of the Spanish Empire's prosperity. The author reports that Spanish explorers, such as Ponce de Leon, set foot in Florida between the 15th and 16th centuries. Later on, Pedro Menéndez de Aviles established strongholds in the area in 1565, expanding from St. John's River to Chesapeake Bay. However, these encampments were short-lived, with only 2 of them remaining by 1574. The book provides a comprehensive look at the Spanish colonization of North America, shedding light on both its positive and negative aspects. The impact of Spanish explorers on Native Americans. Spanish explorers, including Estebanico, Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, and Juan de Oñate, made significant impacts on the Native American populations in North America in the 16th and 17th centuries. Estebanico's hallucinations about the Emerald City of Cibola inspired more Spaniards to explore North America, while Vázquez de Coronado's introduction of horses transformed the hunting and war capabilities of Native Americans. However, the spread of smallpox by previous Spanish explorers decimated indigenous populations. The impact of these explorers helped to halt Spanish expansion northward and push them into Arizona and California. The shifting territories. Following the end of the 7 Years' War in 1763, a massive power shift occurred in North America. The British seized Canada from the French and Florida from Spain. In response, Spain joined the American patriots in the Revolutionary War against Britain, leading to Spain regaining Florida and pushing France out of their Louisiana territory. This period marked a significant reorganization of boundaries and colonial powers in North America. Immigration patterns in American history. The United States territorial expansion created a wave of immigration that continued throughout the years. Mexico claimed independence from Spain, leading to a clash in Texas, and intruding Anglo-Americans established their customs and religion. The 1849 California Gold Rush intensified racial tension between Anglo-Americans and Mexicans, and immigration patterns fluctuated with America's need for labor. Even though open Mexican immigration ended in the 1870s, the country's openness to immigrants would ebb and flow with time. U.S. Expansion and Colonization. The United States aimed to seize Mexican territory in the 1850s as Southern slave owners faced a threat to slavery. Despite Mexico ceding land, resistance mounted. Arresting or limiting the expansion led to the success of Anglo-America. The U.S. later expanded towards the Pacific, taking Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, Puerto Rico, and Guantanamo between 1898 to 1902. Mexican immigration in the U.S. The book outlines how the industrialization of the West in the 1890s brought Mexicans back into their former U.S. territories, facing racism and discrimination. Politicians created laws systematically excluding Hispanics from equal opportunity and denying them U.S. citizenship or fair labor rights. Then, the Great Depression hit the labor market, resulting in over 500,000 Mexican workers deported from Los Angeles County alone. Despite this, many still found the hazardous border crossing worthwhile as American jobs paid higher wages than those in Mexico. The U.S. government controlled migrants' movements based on its labor needs and economy. U.S. Hispanic communities, striving for cultural preservation. The increase of U.S. Hispanic populations after World War I brought about racial stereotypes and discrimination. Central and South American immigrants formed communities around the demand for labor, including the rebuilding efforts of New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Today, the Hispanic population must decide whether to assimilate or preserve their cultural heritage as their numbers exceed 50 million people. The nation should recognize and incorporate its Spanish roots and view these immigrants as returning to their ancestral homes. Myths can shape history more than facts alone. Hispanic-Centered History. Felipe Fernández-Armesto's book presents a history that focuses primarily on the contributions of Hispanics, and explores the ramifications of this perspective. He argues that Anglo-American chronicles have traditionally overlooked the impact of Hispanics in the formation of the United States. While his advocacy for Hispanic heritage and pride is passionate, it comes at the expense of other populations. Throughout the book, he discusses Spain's exploration and colonization of North America and its lasting influence, while largely ignoring the exploitation and suffering of the affected native populations. Despite its one-sided approach, the book is a worthwhile read for its insight into a lesser-known history of the United States. Fernández-Armesto's lively prose captures the attention of a wide range of readers, particularly Hispanics, and educates others on the history of the Hispanic legacy in America. With over 9 books to his name, the author's depth of knowledge and storytelling ability is evident in this work.
In conclusion, Our America, a Hispanic history of the United States offers a fresh and thought-provoking perspective on U.S. history, emphasizing the significant role Hispanics have played in shaping the nation. Fernández-Armesto presents a compelling case for recognizing and embracing the Spanish roots and influences that have been integral to U.S. history, from the early explorations and conquests to present-day immigration. As the Hispanic population in the United States continues to grow, the book serves as a reminder of the importance of embracing and celebrating the country's rich multicultural heritage. Though the author's focus may seem assertive at times, this book provides an essential counterbalance to the dominant narrative, laying a foundation for a more inclusive understanding of America's past, present, and future.